Hey again, Kevin Yanik with Pit and Quarry here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. Still in quarantine mode here in the suburbs, but looking forward to the day when we can all get back to our regular workplaces. Fortunately for aggregate producers, their employees continue to go to work. Pit and Quarry, in the last week, we put out a survey to our readers, and it's ongoing at this time, but we've got some preliminary results that I can share with you now, and the story for the aggregate industry continues to largely be positive. You know, as we ask about the effects and the impact of the coronavirus on aggregate producers, most of them come back to us and you know, they tell us that they're feeling an impact, but it's somewhat minimal, and it's not as doom and gloom as some of those other stories that you see hitting other industries across the country. Some producers, it depends on where you're at. There are some canceled jobs, some canceled projects, but more so than cancellations, we're seeing and hearing about delayed projects. And those, again, they're not the overwhelming majority. Aggregate production continues to go on for the most part. We asked producers a question along these lines, you know, has your production been impacted by the coronavirus in any way? And 73% of producers got back to us and said no. They're not really seeing or feeling that impact. If you're working with contractors, depending on your market, you know, you might be feeling those effects more negatively than some other markets. But we've received our latest forecast from David Chereb. He's our monthly aggregate forecaster. In our April issue, we published David's piece, and you know, he was still looking at aggregate consumption being up for 2020. You know, David looked at things again, and he revised his forecast down. Now we're looking down 7% in terms of consumption of aggregates for 2020. The fortunate part is if the bulk of your business is for non-building, you know, meaning roads, bridges, highways, David in his forecast is saying that you're not really going to be affected. The biggest hit market that David is looking at is the non-residential market, where you look at commercial construction, institutional construction. David writes all the time about the Amazon effect and the impact that has on that sector, and you know, that's still in play. But then you compound that with this virus, and you know, you can understand why non-residential construction is going to feel some pain in 2020. As we talk to suppliers too, you know, we hear positive reports about their experiences for the most part. When it comes to layoffs and furloughs and some negative reactions to this coronavirus, it's just not necessarily there like it is with other markets right now. Does that mean that the impact's not going to be felt in the second and third quarters of this year, or maybe even into 2021? No, you know, I think that we will start to feel some effects, and producers, you know, may start to see some impact. But you know, when you think about a forecast of down 7% in terms of consumption, you know, it could be worse. You know, in the meantime, in our May edition, Pit and Quarry's May issue, you can look for content related to the coronavirus. We continue to put news and developments on our website, pitandquarry.com. But in our May issue, we're going to unveil a special section dedicated to kind of this recovery, and that's something that's going to be repeated into the summer months, because you know, when you think about a recovery, it's probably not going to be a 1 or 2 month deal. It's probably going to take several months. And you know, even thinking back to our survey, we asked producers, how long do you think this recovery is going to take? And majority of them think months. They're not really thinking this is going to be a years long thing. So that's another positive development that we're seeing here at Pit and Quarry with our readers. But we'll continue to bring you content. Look for it on our website. I'll continue to bring you the editor's view updates here every week for the foreseeable future, as long as we're quarantined, and maybe we'll continue these once we kind of get back to our regular program down in our downtown Cleveland office. So until then, hope everybody remains safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.